where do I even begin? So, I've been living in Stockholm for almost 2 years now, and if you're new here and you couldn't tell by my accent, I'm a native Swede who initially moved here to study. Up until this point, I've been living in a student apartment in the south of Stockholm in an area called Gubbängen, but as I now graduated and my lease is coming to an end, I had to find a new place to live. Which brings us here to this current day where I'm moving out and my place looks like a complete mess. This student apartment is 23 square meters or 247 square feet for you Americans out there watching. And my new apartment is 39 square meters or 419 square feet. So yeah, almost double the size, so I'm super excited for this. My parents are kind enough to help me out with this whole move, and yeah, they'll be here shortly, so it's time to put in the work, my friends. Alright guys, so the first phase of the moving process is now finished. We got all of the furniture out of the apartment. This whole process took, I don't know, 4 hours, give or take. And yeah, man, it feels weird to actually leave this place. I mean, this has been my home for the past 2 years now. I mean, it feels like leaving a part of me behind, if that makes sense. You know, this is my first ever apartment here in Stockholm, so yeah, I don't know how to feel about this, but at the same time, you know, it feels good to move into the city center, all that. So I'm happy at the end of the day. Everything is now loaded onto a truck. So what's gonna happen now is that we're gonna keep this moving process going. So let's go. Last time I slammed and locked the door to this apartment. Welcome to new beginnings. Alright, so welcome to the apartment, guys. So I actually been living here for a full-on week now, and the reason why I've been waiting a little bit to record is because I really underestimated the time it took to move. It was a lot of work to be done, right? So I just want to preface this by saying that this is more of a first look of the apartment, not the final product by any means, because there's still lots of work to be done, alright? So I also don't feel like doxing myself like I did in my last apartment, right? But let's just say that I live in the city center now, and I've pretty much walking distance from everything in Stockholm. Right, so we're standing here in the hallway, and right as you arrive here at the door, we have the bathroom, so let's have a look. As you can tell, decent amount of space in here. I have nothing bad to say about this bathroom at all. Small detail here, but we need to sort this curtain thing out here. But other than that, I'm pretty satisfied. I also have an electric towel rack here, which I've never had in any of my apartments before, but I realized how much I enjoy this thing, right? Because now I always have dry towels. Right, so on the other side of the bathroom, we have some storage area, which is kind of a reoccurring theme in this apartment. You'll see that in just a moment. And right here, I store my clothes. Simple as that. Moving on here, we have the kitchen, and what I really enjoy about this kitchen is the fact that it's separated from the rest of the apartment. So compared to my last apartment, that kitchen was actually a part of the whole room, if that makes sense. But now I don't have to cook my food like 2 steps away from my bed, which is very convenient. As you can tell here, we have a gas stove, which is kind of new to me. You know, I've never lived in a place with a gas stove before, but I've been living here for a week now, that I told you. So I've started to adjust to it. Hasn't been a problem at all. Other than that, we have some storage for, you know, houseware, stuff like that. Your ordinary kitchen, essentially. On the other side, more storage, pretty much, and I even got myself an air fryer, which is another side quest to figure out how it works, but I'll probably use that quite a lot when it's up and running. Right next to the kitchen, we got even more storage area, and right here I decided to keep my cleaning supplies. Moving on to the living room, which is definitely the room with the most potential. This right here, well, this is more of temporary furniture that we brought from the last apartment, right? So I'm obviously not planning to have my microwave here in the living room, but it's gonna be moved into the kitchen. Eventually, I'm gonna replace all of this with a sofa that I just ordered, and I can probably pop it up on the screen right now. It looks like this. I should have some footage of it. And then moving in here to the corner, This is also going to be replaced with some type of dining table, but I haven't really decided yet. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know, because I haven't made my mind up yet. On the other side here, we have the TV, and we'll see if we can get it up on the wall somehow in the future, but definitely not prioritized right now. We have a really smart solution here with the bed. So we have some type of sleeping alcove, I think that's how it's called in English. And I mean, we have some storage area under the bed, which is super convenient. So here I store my clothes, all that. One thing I really like is the jack here in the wall. So we have an USB hub. Here I can charge my phone or a camera or whatever I like. So very convenient. And then right next here to the bed, I mean, you probably have guessed it at this point, we have even more storage area, because I mean, I guess you can never have enough of that, right? Lastly, we have what I like to call the office. So let's check it out. This right here will be like the perfect place for me to work in. So this wall right here was actually never here to begin with. It was more of an open space into the kitchen, but I do prefer it being this type of way because it makes for its own room, like the kitchen, you know? So now I can work in one area, I can cook my food in one area, and I can sleep in one area, which is perfect. Right behind me, we have my desk, and this right here will be replaced once again with another desk that I just ordered. So I can probably pop that up on the screen right now. You know what? I'd rather just show you guys because it has now arrived and it looks like this. The reason why I went for an adjustable desk this time is because I spent so much time in front of my computer. You know, I'm a video editor and I do a lot of my work remotely. So yeah, I'll spend quite some time in here. So I think this will be a great thing for my posture, you know, in the long run. Now, my posture is not bad by any means, but with everything in life, you know, if you do something day in, day out, well, it might be worth paying attention to, you feel me? So I know if I spend too much time in front of the computer, I always find myself crumbling like this. So yeah, I think my back will thank me big time for this later on. This is also one of those things I never had in my life, but now that I have it, I wouldn't be able to live without. And this sound, man. Music to my ears, and as you can tell, it goes pretty high up, and I find myself switching quite a lot from sitting to standing, which is, in my book, a big win. And with that said, let's wrap up this apartment tour. In the corner, we have even more place for storage, I guess. Right now, I have all my shirts here, but this, again, I'm definitely open for suggestions if you guys have any ideas. I'm thinking maybe having some type of shelf right here where I can keep all of my electronics, perhaps. So yeah, not quite sure. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Right, so that pretty much wraps up the apartment tour. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below if you want to see a part 2 once this place is fully furnished. Soon I'll be traveling back to Asia again, so expect to see lots of travel content on here in the near future. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.